gang, welcome back to the channel. So listen here, family, I'm not going to do too much yapping. I just want to get straight into the source. And today we're here for one reason and one reason only. The deck that got me to master rank this season, which was not easy to do, is complete sass, complete goo. I'm talking about Typhoon, Zodiac Typhoon, whatever you want to call it. This Radiant Typhoon is really one of my favorite decks of all times, but the Zodiac package, what it adds to this deck is absolute insanity. You're gonna see what I'm talking about in the replays. I was more excited about this than I was about Branded. That's how crazy that is. And talking about Branded, this is one of the only deck lists in the game that in terms of grind game can kind of keep up with Branded. I'm not saying you're gonna win all the time, but if you're looking for a grind game, this deck and Branded against each other is a movie every day of the week. So yeah, it's a 242 card deck list. I'm gonna break it down. I don't have a win streak of how it went because I climbed to master rank about 2 days ago with this deck list, and then I made the Branded video. But if I remember, I'm gonna put up some pictures with the ratios of win streaks and all of that somewhere in the video for you to see. So let's get to the deck list. We're gonna start off with 2 Duel and Logbirds, because Duel and Logbird, of course. We're gonna play 1 Maxi for Maxi Recent, 3 Ash Blossoms because Ash Blossom. Some people prefer to not play Ash in Radiant Typhoon. I kind of understand why, but we're not gonna do that over here. We're just gonna play the 3 Ashes. We're gonna play 1 Magala, of course, 3 copies of Element, 3 copies of Swen. If you're one of those people that needs the deck list to be at 40, then just make the changes you want, but at 42 is very consistent, really nice. So yeah, 3 Swen. We're gonna play 3 copies of Raptor, which is all the engine you need in the main deck, which is really good for the deck because it's like you're able to play hand trap, play board breakers, and you're able to play this small package of 3 cards. So we only play 3 Raptors. We're gonna play 3 copies of Fualo. We're gonna play 3 copies of Corsair, 1 copy of the Vibrant Vortex. We're gonna play 1 copy of the Phonics as well, 2 copies of Sheena. If you want to play 3, just do that. I think 2 is perfectly fine. I saw it enough, and I saw it enough that it won me a few games. We're gonna play 3 copies of Mystical Space Typhoon, 1 Call by the Grave, 1 Crossout Designator, 3 copies of Forbidden Droplet, because Forbidden Droplet is just, honestly speaking, Forbidden Droplet is a custom card for this deck because you get so much value out of activating your spells that if you have 1 monster, it's so easy to just completely decimate a board, literally. And it's even better when you're playing against decks like Draco Tail or that target your back row or something like that, because you could just move the back row after you activate it to dodge like a flame, and that is just one of the most satisfying things you could do in this game, is use a droplet to move and dodge disruption. So yeah, we're gonna play 3 copies, 3 copies of Chant, mandatory, 3 copies of Vision. Come on now, we don't have to talk about that. And I only play 1 copy of the Ascendants. That's pretty much it. 42 cards, nice and clean. If you want to make it 40, I don't know what I would want to take out personally. It will probably be like play 1 copy of this and 1 copy of that, and then just rely on the Chant more often. You could play it like this and it'll probably be okay, but again, 42 for me I think is better. For the extra day, we're gonna play 1 number F-Zero Utopic Future. We're gonna play 1 Utopic Draco Future. We're gonna play the MX Saver Invoker, which is basically our bridge into your Zodiac package, because when you make this with 2 level 3s, aka all we have is level 3s, you make that thing, you activate it, you special summon the Raptor, and what this beautiful engine does is that you get the whole Zodiac package, but then you go back into your regular Radiant Typhoon package by making the Broadbow that's gonna search you another Swen to the hand, which is really nice. They both bridge into each other. This bridges into Zodiac, this thing bridges into Radiant Typhoon. Is absolutely nuts. So we're gonna play 1 copy of the Totem Bird, again 1 copy of the Broadbow, 1 copy of the Zodiac Tiger Mortar, 1 copy of the Zodiac Dryden, which is an automatic pop on anything face up on the field, quick effect. We're gonna play 1 Zodiac Board so we could attack directly without having to take any damage or having to attack into anything. That way we could make a Zeus. We're gonna play the Shaka 9. We're gonna play a Divine Arsenal, aka Double D Boy, the Zeus himself. Yep. We're gonna play 1 Super Saiyan Typhon, 1 IP Mascarenita, SP the Littlest Knight, and 2 copies of the Radiant Typhoon Varun. So for anybody that plays this deck pure, you might feel a little bit uncomfortable at first because your extra deck is tighter now with the Zodiac package. You got a bunch of monsters in here. for extra space, but you could literally get away against any duel with this extra deck. So yeah, 42 cards. Again, if you wanted a 40, then just do it like this, but 42 has been clean, perfectly fine with me. Again, I don't have a ratios of how the deck did or whatever. If I find the pictures, I'll post them. You'll see them here right now, how we did. But I played for about 2, maybe 3 days with the deck. It wasn't an easy climb at all whatsoever, but this deck list pushing work. So with that being said, if you guys enjoy the content, leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe, because I would greatly appreciate it. Enough with the yapping. Let's get into these movies, because they're not replays, they're movies. Let's go. Yes sir, here we are for replay number 1, numero uno of the day, and this hand is fantabulous. You couldn't ask for a better hand here. We literally are protected from Maxi and Fua all day, every day. And we started off with a Swen. We're gonna summon the Swen, activate that, search for a Chant. Chant is gonna activate that, search for a element immediately. So a lot of the time for this combo, you're gonna activate the element and search your Corsair. So most of the time when you search for Corsair, make sure that you have another quick play spell to activate. You always want Corsair plus another quick play spell and the 2 level 3s on the field, so that way you get the most that you can out of this combo, right? So 2 level 3s, we're gonna exceed summon into the Void himself, bring it out here. The MX Saber Invoker, activate that, we're gonna detach, special summon the Raptor from the deck, use that thing to make the Tiger Borner here. We're gonna activate the effect, detach, and special summon another Raptor, turn that thing into a Chaka 9, so we could use the Raptor's effect for the last time here, detaching and special summoning the final copy. We're gonna use both of these monsters here to go into the F-Zero Utopic Future. We're gonna turn the boy into the F-Zero Utopic Draco Future, and then we're gonna turn the Raptor into the new, left out of jail, back in work, back in business, the Bradbull, right? So we're gonna activate that thing's effect here, detaching a material to search for another Swen. Because we haven't normal summon yet, we're gonna use the Bradbull, and we're gonna go into a copy of the Dragon. So here, notice how I did summon a Swen. Now most of the time when you're doing this combo, if you don't want to summon the Swen or anything like that, you just have to tribute this thing to summon Corsair. You normal summon Corsair by tributing the Invoker, and you literally get the full combo from there. But I want to get more juice out of the combo, so I normal summon the Swen and use both of these bodies to make an IP Mascarenita. Bring her out here, turn the motorcycle on, gas prices are high, turn it off. Activate the Vision, we're gonna draw 2, draw into another Corsair and a Chant. So because we have Corsair in the hand, we activate, special summon it, activate Corsair's effect, search for a Magala here, and a Mystical Space Typhoon. We're gonna summon the Magala, activate the Chant, search for another Mystical Space Typhoon. So that way we could activate Magala, special summon from the deck a Vortex, and we're gonna use the Vortex and the Corsair to go into a copy of our Elderon Varun. We're gonna activate Varun here, searching for another Mystical Space Typhoon. We're gonna set our back row and our turn. So what you are looking at is essentially about 12 disruptions. What am I talking about? 2 banishes with the IP, link off into SP, banish 1, banish 2. Magala can special summon the Phonics for bouncing 2 cards. We could pop a card on the field, negate and take over, pop a spell or back row, whatever we need. And then when we do that, we set the trap that will give us 2 negates, Call by the Grave, Ash Blossom, Drollen Lockbird, and when I activate one of these, the Varun gets to come back onto the field. And you don't have to worry about space, because when you activate Dryden to pop, use Dryden and Macarena, whatever her name is, into the SP, and now you have space to special summon Phonics and Varun. And the Vortex. Yeah, it's about 12 disruptions. As 12 calm disruptions, nothing crazy. Regular day at Yu-Gi-Oh! So they're gonna activate Rotary, showing us the mix. Bro's gonna summon the Rotary. I'm gonna activate the Dryden, immediately popping that thing. Of course, he's gonna activate the Kultun Synchro here. I'm gonna Ash Blossom, stop it, get some help. He does have help because he does have another Kultun Synchro, which I respond by activating my Mystical Space Typhoon to pop that thing. Activate Chain IP Mascarenita, Chaining 6. Chaining 6, we're gonna go into the SP, the Littlest Knight, bring it out here. 1 time for the 1 time. We're gonna again pop. We mainly did this just so we could special summon from the graveyard and set up our trap. As he's gonna search for a Rico, using the Rico and the Rotary as materials to go into the track maker. So here again, one of them got negated by the Ash. We didn't get to pop anything because bro essentially dodged. Rotary gets to activate. The Maker gets to activate. They get to activate Chainlink 3, the Rico. That's when we go Chainlink 1, Radiant Typhoon, Varun. Chainlink 2, Magala, which in Chainlink 5. Chainlink 6, Special Summon the Vortex. Chainlink 7, activate SP, the Littlest Knight. Chainlink 8, activate Call by the Grave. And Chainlink 9, activate Duel and Logbook. I'm gonna give you a second to just look at what the heck is going on. Also, by the way, this was during the stream. I mistakenly targeted my Varun because I thought I was activating the effect of moving 2 cards. I had so many disruptions that I had to legitimately waste one on my own board. That's how crazy this is. Anyways, Duel and Logbook, stop it, get some help. Call by the Grave. We're gonna call the Rico here, get it out. SP Little Knight, banish my own card by mistake. Special summon the Vortex onto the field. Magala special summon the Phoenix. And then we're gonna set the trap in the back. Again, Rico got negated, stop it. The track is gonna search. Rotary's gonna, well, actually, they don't get to search anything because of the draw. He's gonna use the Ash and the Track Maker here to go into a Sailing. Oh my god, who really cares? Activating the Track Maker, we're gonna negate the Track Maker with the Vortex. He did not want to negate and pop because we would negate and take over. Activate the Triple Tactic Talent. We activate the Mystical Space Typhoon to pop, which means we could chain our trap here to negate that. He's going to chain the Sailing to that, and yeah, no. Utopia Draco Future, negate and take over the Sailing. It belongs to me. Pass it. Yeah, no drawing, no taking over, no anything with the talents. You are not talented. Stop and get some help. He summons a mix, activate the mix. I activate the SP Little Knight to get the mix and SP the heck out of here. And yeah, that's a scoop. By the way, this thing taking over a monster is permanent. That's my Sailing now. I can activate that as a negate. Yeah, it's just a calm 12 disruptions. Nothing new. Let's continue. By the way, if you made it this far into the video, for the regular people that watch the channel, I got a surprise for you at the end. I had to do my son, my actual son, at the end of the video in one of the replays. You're gonna see. If you know what I'm talking about. So we're gonna throw a Fualos. And opponent's gonna activate an Adir servant here, sending Albion the Branded Dragon, getting themselves the Branded in white. Well, the White Dragon, Fallen of the White, whatever you want to call it. They're gonna send the Tinkler to the graveyard, special summoning Incredible Ecclesia here. They're gonna allow me to get a card here, normal summoning a Springlands. End phase, they're gonna activate the Albion the Branded Dragon, setting a Fallen in the Virtuous in the back, activating the Tinkler to special summon the Quem, activate Quem, send a card to the graveyard, which is gonna be Ecclesia. Ecclesia is gonna be added back to the hand here. And they're gonna pass, right? So essentially almost full board except for the Ecclesia on the field. We're gonna activate Ascendance here. Bro is gonna activate an Ash Blossom, preventing me from searching for a Mystical Space Typhoon. I'm gonna chain the Vision to that so I can add a Mystical Space Typhoon regardless. So we're gonna add the Typhoon here. The Ascendance got Ash as we stated already. Now we get to activate Special Summon the Varun, and I activate the Mystical Space Typhoon to pop the back row. If you're wondering why I did this in this specific chain order, it's simple. If I activate the Mystical Space Typhoon in the high order, I get to pop, and by the time Varun hits the field, I'm gonna have a monster negate because this is gonna be in the graveyard, right? So they're gonna activate the Fallen in the Virtuous, sending a Rimbrum to the graveyard to pop my Mystical Space Typhoon. Stop it, get some help. None of this matters right now, but the setup matters as we special summon the Vortex. Main phase 1, we're gonna normal summon the Raptor. Use the Raptor to go into a Tiger Mortar. Also, by the way, one of the reasons why I really needed to search for a Mystical Space Typhoon is so that way these monsters are special summonable, so I don't mind wasting my normal summon on the Raptor, right? So we're gonna summon the Tiger. Now he's gonna get the heck out of here, special summon the Fallen of Avas, and Ecclesia to the graveyard so he can fusion summon. I'm gonna negate with the Vortex here. Negate that, stop it, get some help. Now we're gonna proceed, activating the Tiger Mortar, detaching, special summon the Raptor. We're gonna turn the Tiger Mortar into a Zoodiac, into a Dryden. So he's gonna activate the Quem now to special summon the Blazing Cartesia from the graveyard. So I decided to pop the Quem because there's no point in popping anything else. If I pop this, then he gets to special summon a card from the graveyard. So I don't want to do that. I'd rather just pop the Quem here, get it out. Again, Blazing Cartesia gets to come out on the field. Muy bien. Activating its effect immediately using both of these monsters to special summon Albion, the Branded Dragon. He's going to activate the Albion here, activating the Spring and Skid. That's why I didn't pop it, because he would be able to do this and special summon from the graveyard back the Fallen of White. Banishing the Tinklight and the Albion, the Branded Dragon, to go into a Star Source Dragon. Bring it out here. Activating the Fallen, activating the Star Source Dragon, popping 2 cards on the field. Right, which is going to be Dryden and the Raptor. Get him out. Special summoning Domatica Ecclesia, getting himself another Fallen in the Virtuous. So right now, with just this package, and well, of course we did this as well, but this package just ate up a great amount of disruption already. As we're gonna special summon Magala, special summon the Element, activate Element, search for Corsair, special summon the Swen, activate the Swen, search for a Chant. We're gonna use both of these monsters here so we can make the Varun, the Marine Eldolon, activate that, search for a Mystical Space Typhoon. We're gonna activate the Chant, search for another Mystical Space Typhoon, which means we could activate, set a trap, we could activate the trap, recycle 3 spells so we could draw 1. We're gonna draw into another Chant, which we're gonna activate to search for another Eldman. Now we get to activate the Magala here, activate the Corsair. By the way, I kind of goofed. At some point in time, I was supposed to activate Magala's effect to special summon Phonics so I can bounce 2 cards, but at some point in time, I might have goofed that. So we're gonna special summon Corsair. We're going to activate Magala, special summon the Phonics onto the field, activate Corsair's effect, search for another Vision, and we're going to add the Mystical Space Typhoon in the graveyard to the hand. Activate the Vision to draw 2, we draw into 2 Ash, sell the Element to the graveyard, activate the Phonics, put both of the fusion monsters back into the deck, activate my my Varun Marine Eldolon, put the Fallen of Alvis in the back row. We're going to slap over the Fallen of White, slap over Cartesia, and slap over Domatica Ecclesia. I'm going to activate the Mystical Space Typhoon to pop my own Varun. We don't have to negate here. We're just doing this for the fun of it. I'm mainly just trying to pop that thing. So that way, actually, no, I'm an idiot. I just thought I was in the main phase 2 and I was still in the battle phase. That was just goofy of me. Don't do that. That was a mistake. But either way, we managed to set up our board. He's going to activate the Rimrun, special summoning the Fallen in White, activating Ecclesia to add it back to the hand. I'm like, okay, that's perfectly fine. Activates the Blazing Cartesia, adding it back to the hand as well. And that's pretty much it. But we did legitimately set up a whole entire board here. As our opponent is going to activate Ecclesia to special summon on the field, because this thing is on the field, of course. Activating its effect immediately. We're going to pop with the Mystical Space Typhoon. He's going to chain the Fallen and the Virtuous, so I can't negate with my trap. He's going to try and pop the trap, so I activate the Mystical Space Typhoon, popping my Mystical Space Typhoon so that I can negate the Blazing Cartesia regardless. We're going to completely chain to that, so we could draw 3 here. We'll draw 1 by recycling 3 quick play spells. Recycle that back, draw into a Forbidden Droplet. Again, we do pop our own card, so we can negate the Blazing Cartesia. He does get to pop our trap. We do get to pop the Fallen of Alvis. We do get to activate the Phonics here, sending both of these cards back into the deck. Activating Magala so we could special summon from the deck a Swen. Swen is going to activating, allowing us to get a chant to the hand. He's going to activate the Dark Dragon here, trying to bounce back my Varun. So I'm going to negate that from happening, or stop it from happening. But technically, honestly speaking, I think the smart thing to do would have been to let that rock, because I could activate any one of these and special summon that back. But it is what it is, and I'm going to tell you why later. Because he's going to special summon the Incredible Ecclesia. Normal summoning more Charming Fualos, I don't know why. He summons the Fallen in White, we're going to ash that thing immediately. Stop it. Get some help. So opponent does activate the Ghost Sarcophagus here, banishing a Mercurier. Activating Mercurier to search for another Fallen in White. Activate the Fallen in White in the hand to special summon it, sending the Albion the Branded Dragon. Now if you're wondering why the heck would he do this, literally just to get the Albion the Branded Dragon in the graveyard. That's pretty much it. So he's going to slap over the Magala one time for the one time, slap over the Swen, stop it, get some help, main phase 2, end phase. So he's going to activate the Ecclesia, adding it back to the hand. And this is why I said that. Well, actually, no, because it's their turn. So negating the Dark Dragon might have been fine. I would have rather negate this thing, but it is what it is. As he is gonna search for a Fallen of Virtuous to the hand. Didn't set it for whatever reason, but okay. We're gonna join 2 Cartesia, activate the Radiant Typhoon chant, getting a Swan to the hand, activating the Phonics to bounce 2 cards back into the deck, chain Crocea to that, so we could special summon her. Bring it out here, again bounce back into the deck, activate Crocea, getting ourselves an Ascendance to the hand, and a Mystical Space Typhoon. We're gonna go main phase 1, summon the Swen, activate the Swen, search for a Vision. We're gonna use both of these monsters here to make another Varun, the Marine Eldolon, right? Bring it out, activate its effect to search for another Mystical Space Typhoon. We're going to activate its effect, putting this thing in the back row, activate the Ascendant so I can special summon a Swen, and that's lethal damage right there. Now, yeah, I mean, my opponent could have definitely maybe played a little bit better. Certain plays were questionable, but honestly speaking, it's just both of these decks against each other is a really good matchup because there's a lot of grind game going on. It's literally a lot of grinding going on with both of these decks dueling. So with that being said, let's continue. Yes, sir. Here we are for replay numero 3, number 3 of the day. And our hand could be better, but it's pretty decent for going second. But as of right now, we're technically brick. He's gonna summon the Tinia, set the trap in the, well, set the home in the back. Get the Tinia out of here. I'm gonna ash that immediately. Because most of the time, I mean, that is technically the right play to play around Joe, but I wouldn't think he had a Lucina because that would have been my first play. But he's gonna grab Regina here. We're gonna draw in Library immediately, which is really nice because the draw play is dead and Regina has to move this thing, special summon, and then special summon, oh, Fortuna. Activate Fortuna, says never mind, he already had the Power Patron. Turn the Regina into a level 9 so he could make a level DS Baron de la Flor, bring it out here. He's gonna activate Regina, adding it back to the hand. And then he's gonna activate the trap, send another card to the graveyard, special summon the Tinia. Now, I don't know why he summoned the Tinia here. I mean, he could have just, oh, because he sent a fire. So because he sent a fire, he can't special summon a fire. So he had to summon the Tinia. Opponent might have goofed now that I think about it, but we drew into a chant, which is all I need. Activate the chant. He's gonna activate the Fortuna here. I'm like, okay, that's perfectly fine. So he's gonna put his Welcome back into the hand. I'm gonna search for the Element. I understand why he did this. This is actually kind of smart. So by putting the Welcome back into the hand, he has follow-up, but also now he could rip with the Tinia. So we're gonna activate the Vortex here to special summon. He activates to negate and pop with Baron de la Flor. I'm gonna activate my Mystical Space Typhoon so I could pop the trap in the back. He's gonna activate the Tinia to try and hand grip me here, chaining the trap to that, sending a card to the graveyard, which is going to be a mix. This is Elfno Kultun, Elfno, whatever you want to call it. So on top of that, we chain our droplet here on Chainlink 6, sending the Vortex to the graveyard and the Mystical Space Typhoon to negate 2 cards. So we're going to negate the Baron and the Tinia, so now we don't get hand ripped or negated. He does get to negate the droplet, but he already activated a higher chain link, so it doesn't matter. He's going to special summon the Lucina onto the field. And again, both of these cards get negated. All we have is the Element, but that's all we need as we summon. Activate that. He's going to activate Lucina here to bounce this thing back to the hand. Not that it matters, but whatever makes you happy, opponent. As I'm going to add a Swen to the hand, special summon the Swen, activate that. He's going to activate Regina here. Moving the Lucina out of the center monster zone. Swen is going to search for a Vision to the hand. He's going to activate, special summon a Power Patron. Activate the Power Patron. Turning the thing into a level 9 so he could use both of these monsters to go into the Sterilize, right? Bring it out here, activating the Elfno Power Patron to add, activating the Sterilize to special summon from the graveyard, I'm assuming, yes, which is going to be the Elfno Power Patron itself, getting another Regina to the hand for follow-up. We're going to use both of these monsters here, 2 level 3s, to go into the Savory Invoker. Bring it out here, activate Detaching Material, special summon the Raptor, use the Raptor to go into the Tiger Mourner. We're going to turn that thing into a Chaka 9. The Chaka 9 is going to become a Broad Bull. Broad Bull, we're going to detach, activate, and search for another Swen. Give me that, it belongs to me. And then we're going to turn the Broad Bull into a Boar Bull. Bourbeau gets to attack directly here, slap him in the hand, and then we're gonna turn this thing into a 4 material. Big boy, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Sky Striker I said Sky Striker. Freaking Zeus. I freaking had, I don't know why I said Sky Striker, but aka Double Zeus onto the field, 4 materials, activate that thing, wipe the whole board, get it out of here. Clean. End phase, and now we still have a wipe. We have follow-up plus a vision. We are in a perfect position here. Opponent's gonna summon a freaking Drellin Lockbird. Says the welcome in the back. Now clearly he could move this thing out of the way and special summon. I decided to be a little patient here as he does exactly that. Special summon Lucina, activate Lucina, search for a Tina. I'm not gonna wipe the field yet. He activates Regina here, moving Lucina, special summoning, activating that thing, special summoning another Tina, and this is when I'm like, okay, yeah, get them all out. Because I know exactly what you have in the hand. That thing can't set another welcome, and even if it can't set another welcome, he already activated its effect, so there's nothing to worry about, and we have the follow-up in the hand. So with that being said, let's continue. All right, familia, here we are for the replay number 4 or 5 or something. I don't freaking remember. So here we open up with a very decent hand as we summon the Eldman. We're gonna get a Swen to the hand here. Special summon the Swen, activate the Swen, search for a Vision. We're gonna use both of these monsters immediately to go into the Invoker. We can speed this up, activate. Nope, we're gonna get hit with the Ash Blossom. Do I stop it? Yes, we do, because we don't have anything else for real. So we are gonna call by the grave the Ash. Opponent's gonna follow that up with a Bell of the Haunted Mansion. Somebody call Luigi. So the Ash does get to go through here, negating us. So there's not much else for me to do besides activate the Vision, draw 2, hopefully join into anything nice. No, we join to another Vision, set it in and send it to the graveyard, end our turn. So basically we have a Papa card, Forbidden Droplet, Ash Blossom, and a Sheena against Brandied. So opponent immediately is gonna summon a Aluber, the Jester, activate that thing's effect. I'm gonna activate the Mystical Space Typhoon, so that way activate the Forbidden Droplet, send it to the graveyard to negate the Aluber. Yes, this is definitely worth it. This is the best normal summon for the deck right now, so I have to stop it at all costs. Opponent's gonna go battle phase, slap over the Evoker here, says a backward end their turn. Luckily for me, that's all they had. We are gonna join to another Eldman. This is beautiful. Summon the Eldman, activate that, search for Corsair. We're gonna move that thing the heck out of the way so it could special summon Corsair. Well, normal summon Corsair, search for a Swen and a Mystical Space Typhoon. We're gonna activate the Mystical Space Typhoon, pop the back row, which was a for Super Poly. As we special summon the Swen, search for a Chant. We go battle phase, slap him one time for the one time, slap him with the Swen. And now we're gonna use both of these monsters to go into our Varun. Activate that thing, search for another Mystical Space Typhoon. We're gonna activate the Chant, searching for a Magala here. That way we can activate Varun and set a trap in the back. Activate the trap, recycle 3 quick play spells so I could draw 1. We're gonna join to another Sheena, special summon Magala, and they're gonna activate a Bestial Magnetar. So they're gonna banish the Aluber here, activating this. Now I remember this. I think this was during stream as well, and Chad was telling me that I should have ashed this. I should have ashed that, but I was thinking I'd rather just ash that thing when they activate it, but that might have been a mistake because I opened up a whole new door for my opponent to come back into this game, right? So I definitely should have ashed. He's gonna draw a card here, activate the Fallen of the White Dragon, sending the Alvin to the graveyard. I'm gonna recycle 3 quick play spells to draw 1 real quick. Recycle 3 so we could draw into a freaking Raptor. Sometimes in the Kingdom. Summon the Fallen of White. We're going to activate the Mystical Space Typhoon to pop our trap so that way we could chain it and negate. Again, I could have ashed that. Maybe I should have. But it doesn't matter now because bro is going to activate a Super Poly, sending a freaking Imperm to the graveyard so that he could fusion summon, dodging by negate with the trap. So he's gonna use both of these monsters here to make a Mirror Jade, the Ice Blade Dragon, right? So we don't get to negate anything, so he definitely gets the summon here. He's gonna summon Domenica Ecclesia, activating that thing's effect. I'm gonna activate Magala, activate the trap to set itself because it was popped by a Mystical Space Typhoon. So set the trap back, and we're gonna special summon from the deck a Corsair. He's gonna grab himself the Fallen and the Virtuous here. I'm gonna activate Corsair to search for an element. I need my follow-up, that's basically it. Grabbing a Mystical Space Typhoon, go battle phase. And the main reason why I decided to go with this instead of the Vortex is because I need follow-up. I know he can't go into the extra deck anymore, so I figured that I'm gonna survive the turn, so I need to play in the other turn, right on turn 5. So he is gonna activate the Mirage. I'm gonna activate the Sheena here. He's gonna chain the Fallen and the Virtuous, sending the Tinklad so he could pop the Magala. I'm like, okay. It is what it is. Magala gets popped and destroyed. We're gonna send all of these cards back into the hand and extra deck. He does get to banish the Sheena here because that's the only card left to banish and end phase. He's gonna activate the Tinklad. I'm gonna ash the Tinklad. Stop it. Get some help. We don't want the Quem to be on the field at all, so we stop that. Now the next thing is gonna be the Albion, the Branded Dragon, setting another Fallen and the Virtuous in the back, activating the Dragon that Devours to get a Springman's Kit to the hand, and it's now back to our turn. So here we're gonna join to another Harap tier. Unfortunately, we're gonna activate the Mystical Space Typhoon, pop the back row, which is gonna be the Fallen and the Virtuous. I should have definitely flipped up the trap first, because if I would have flipped up the trap, I could have went or if he wanted to pop it or something, I could have negated it with the Mystical Space Typhoon. But it's fine, because either way, they're wasting the disruption. It doesn't really matter. Again, the pop doesn't matter. Our pop doesn't matter. But we do get to summon the Raptor here. Going to the Tiger Mortar, he gets to activate the Rim Room to special summon the Fallen of White, right? Activating the thing's effect, special summoning the Incredible Ecclesia. Incredible Ecclesia is gonna bounce out to special summon the Fallen of Alvas. Fallen of Alvas is gonna activate, send a card to the graveyard, using both of these monsters. He gets to go back into the Mirror Jade that we bounce back with the Sheena. Sad times in the kingdom. We're gonna special summon the Element, activate the Element, get a Swen to the hand. Special summon the Swen, activate the Swen, searching for an Ascendance here. We're gonna use both of these monsters to go into the Marine Eldolon, activate. We're gonna search for a Mystical Space Typhoon. He immediately is gonna send Albion, the Branded Dragon, to the graveyard to banish this thing. So I'm gonna activate the Sheena for the second time and bounce the field back into the hand. He does get to banish the Sheena because it's the only card on the field once again. But we do get to search for a Mystical Space Typhoon, activate the Ascendance, special summon the Magala. We get to activate Corsair for that, special summon it, activate Corsair, getting ourselves the Vortex to the hand, and another Mystical Space Typhoon. Activate the Mystical Space Typhoon, pop our trap, so we could activate Magala, special summon Phonics, activate the trap, set it in the back, and activate the Vortex to special summon itself back onto the field. He is going to activate the Magna Hut, banishing the Dragon that Devours to special summon and search here. It is what it is. Again, we summon the Vortex, set the trap back, and Magala special summon the Phonics. We're gonna go battle phase, slap over the Magna Hut here, slap him for 3,000. Main phase 2, set our back row. He's gonna activate Ecclesia, add it back to the hand. Telling you, both of these decks, you could have a duel. You will grind. As he's gonna activate the Albion, the Branded Dragon, with a gate with the Vortex. Stop it, get some help. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Activate the Mandate, well, flip it up. He's gonna summon the Ecclesia, activate Ecclesia, bounce the heck out of here. We're gonna negate that thing immediately, activate a trap to recycle 3 to draw. And the reason why I waited until that happened is because now that we negate, we don't really care about having this in the graveyard. So I get to draw, recycle 3, draw into who? Another Forbidden Droplet. Cartesia got negated. He's gonna activate the Fallen and the White Dragon, sending the Dark Dragon to the graveyard, activating its effective special summon from the deck. I'm gonna activate my Mystical Space Typhoon to pop my trap so I can chain it and negate the Fallen of the White Dragon. So no summon from the deck. Stop it, get some help. We do get to activate the Phonics and bounce that thing back, activate the trap and set it back in the back row. Boop, give me that, it belongs to me, send that thing back. You get to activate the Dark Dragon, recycling the Rim Run, putting the Phonics back into the deck, summons a Springman's Kit, slaps itself, and this is why I like playing against smart people. Because this is really smart. The way he did this, slaps into Corsair to activate that thing, and special summon from the graveyard a Fallen of Alvas. Now the only problem with doing that is simple. One of the reasons why this is a good matchup for us, I don't have no light or dark monsters. There's no light, no dark, there's no extra deck monster. There's nothing for you to fusion summon into with. All right, so that thing is dead. We're gonna go turn change. It's our turn. And yeah, scoopage. You can outgrind Brandon with this deck. And you're not gonna win all the time, but the grind game is there. You could put up a fight. And the great thing is that you don't play light and dark monsters unless you made an IP or SP or something like that. I mean, your Xyz monsters, one of them I think is a light. The Draco Future I think is a light. But other than that, you're just playing wind. So there's most of the time there might not be anything to fusion summon with. So with that being said, let's continue. All right, familia. So here we are for replay number something. I forgot which one it is. Our hand is looking very nice with Fualos in the hand. We're going to throw that out. Right. Opponent's going to normal summon Malulu, activate Malulu. I immediately throw out the more chummy Fualos, the second one. He is going to chain the Femina here. Basically negating his own Malulu, which is fine because that way he only gives me about one card here if I'm not mistaken. So he's going to use Malulu, Maxi, and the Froxo in the hand as materials to make the Artalion. We get to draw one card off of that. Artalion gets to activate, recycling the Maxi and the Femina. Malulu and Froxo get to activate to set to back. I'm assuming it's going to be two traps here, which is going to be the Flames. And the next one is going to be the Sting. There we go. Again, recycling the Maxi and the Femina back to the hand. Sad times in the kingdom. But for me, he does get to send another background in his turn. So this whole time, by the way, just so you know what my thought process was during this replay, I thought that this was a horn. 100% I'm like, he drew the horn, he just setting it now. It beats like that. So we're going to draw into Corsair. Unfortunately, I did have to normal summon my Swen because I don't have another way of getting into a Mystical Space Typhoon. As you can see, the only spell I have is a Cobra the Grave. Not ideal. I would love to normal summon this and then, you know, go off from there. But again, this is my best normal summon. This is going to happen sometimes, but you're going to have to choose between your normal summon when going second, which is not great, but it is what it is. As we get a Mystical Space Typhoon to the hand, he is going to activate the Maxi. I'm going to Cobra the Grave the Maxi. And he decided to not negate the Cobra. What? Is your opponent stupid? Oh my god, no. He just saw me search for the Mystical Space Typhoon. So he knows that if he activates the Flame to target the Cobra, I can Flame pop my own Cobra. So that way we dodge the Flame. So that's why he didn't want to activate that. Which is perfectly fine for us. Because in my head, I think his thought process was, okay, now he's going to activate this one to pop a back row. That's when I'm going to negate with this one. Yes and no. Because I have Corsair, I don't have to worry about that. As I special summon in defense, activate that thing, get the Vortex to the hand, get another Mystical Space Typhoon. And now we activate the Mystical Space Typhoon, bait out the Flame by going to pop it. And now, by activating itself, we get to activate ourselves and pop our own spell. So that way we dodge the Flame here, not allowing him to join to anything, right? Get it out of here. We activate the Vortex to special summon onto the field. Special summon the Swen now, activate the Swen and search for a chant. Now we're going to use both of these monsters here at 2 level 3s to Xyz summon into the Totem Bird. What? Excuse me? Do you suck? No. The reason why I did this is because simply I'm locked into wind monsters. So I cannot go into the Invoker. So that way I can go into this combo line, right? Because I'm locked into winds. And secondly, all he has is the back row and Femina. I don't have to worry about Femina because there's not enough monsters. So I just have to stop the back row, right? So here's where we activate the chant, getting ourselves another element which was never special summoned. So I can special summon and use both of these monsters to go into our Eldalon. Now this is why I did this, because I thought that he would horn this thing before it gets to activate, right? So I activate here, no horn. We get to search for the Mystical Space Typhoon. Activate, I'm like, let's bait out the horn. It wasn't a horn. It was a freaking Fallen in the Virtuous. He's going to pop my Vortex here. So I decided to negate the totem with the Totem Bird. Negate that so we don't get popped. And I'm going to tell you why we did that later. As we don't get to pop anything, but we do get to set a trap here. We do get to activate, put both of these monsters in the back row. Yep. Activate the trap, recycle 3 so we could draw 1. He's going to activate the Sting, which we knew he had, is fine. He's going to banish one of the Mystical Space Typhoon and the Corsair. But we still get to draw, fortunately for us. He does get to recycle the Flame, draw 1. And we do get to recycle 2 and draw into another Rapt here. He's gonna activate the Tinkla. That's why I protected the Tinkla from being, the Vortex from being destroyed, so that I can negate their end phase shenanigans, right? They're gonna go into the draw phase, main phase 1, activate the Fallen and White, which he just drew. Activate that thing, send a card to the graveyard, summon it. We're gonna activate the Vortex to negate. I don't think I have 2, so I don't get to pop. No, we do have 2 Vortex X in the graveyard, so we do get to pop. He does get to activate the Dark Dragon, recycling the Tinklat, putting my trap back, and that's the end of his turn. Because we know he has Femina, and Femina plus another monster is not good. It needs 2 more cards. So that's why putting this thing in the back row was really good. So we draw into Corsair. We're gonna put this in attack position, summon the Raptor, go into a target mourner, and that's GG's. It's literally full combo. We get to search for a Swen, special summon the Swen, search for a mystical space or any quick play spell, activate it, special summon Corsair. It's done. It's completely done. So with that being said, let's continue. All right, gang, here we are for the semi to last replay. The last replay is against my son. Which is gonna be hilarious as they activate the Branding High Spirits here, showing us the Fualos, sending Fualos and Rimron to the graveyard to get the Fallen in White. Of course, I'm going to draw the Lockberry immediately. Not that it matters much, they play pretty well under that thing, but I'm gonna Phonics as well. Brandon doesn't really care too much about draw, so it is what it is. As I summon the Phonics, again we did draw the main phase 1. They're gonna activate the the White Dragon, special summon it, activate after sending the Albion. Special summon the Blazing Cartesia. Activate Cartesia. Special summon the Golden Soul. Use both of these monsters. Going to the Ecclesia, the Dark Dragon. I really like this line, by the way. Special summon the Quem. Activate the Golden Soul because the card was banished. Activate the Quem as well to send a card to the graveyard, which is going to be Blazing Cartesia for numbers. No, it's going to be the Kit. So he summons Incredible Ecclesia with the effect of the Golden Soul. Activate the Kit to special summon the Fallen of White. Use both of these monsters to go into the 3 Champion of Sorcerer, activate that thing, recycle back the Ecclesia, activate its second effect, which is gonna pop the Phonics, get it out of here, special summon the Ecclesia for the second time, end phase set to back row, bring back the Dark Dragon, and he's gonna special summon Dogmatica Fleur-de-Lis onto the field, right? We're going to join to a vision, activate it in the draw phase, search for a Mystical Space Typhoon, activate the Mystical Space Typhoon to pop a back row, which is going to be the Branded Retribution. We're going to activate the Phonics to special summon it onto the field from the graveyard. Standby phase, main phase 2, we get to special summon the Swen here. They're going to activate the Dark Dragon, right? Bouncing off of the field so that they could special summon Blazing Cartesia, the Virtuous, right? Bring it out here. Swen is going to grab us the Chant. We're going to activate the Chant, searching for an Eldman. We're going to activate the Phonics, bouncing 2 cards back, which is going to be Blazing Cartesia and Quem. Blazing Cartesia is going to activate to try a Fusion Summon. I send both of these cards to the graveyard, and I am an idiot. I'm going to tell you why. I negated both of these cards, the Quem and this thing. Now, Quem can definitely summon from the graveyard, but I didn't need to negate it because I'm already bouncing both of them. I was supposed to negate the freaking Incredible Ecclesia, but I goofed. I goofed highly right now because there was no point in doing that if they're both getting bounced anyways. I should have negated the Ecclesia. So bounce both of them, summon the Eldman, search for Corsair here. He is going to activate the Rimron to special summon the White Dragon, activate the Fallen of White, special summon the Incredible Ecclesia, activate Retribution, add back a Branding High Spirits. I'm guessing he's doing this because he's low on time. Activate Super Polymerization. Uses both of these monsters here to go into a Mirror Jade. We do activate Corsair to special summon. He activates Mirror Jade, sending Albion the Branded Dragon to the graveyard so he could banish a card, which is going to be the Eldman. It is what it is. Summon that, activate Corsair. It's going to get Ash, Sad Times in the Kingdom. So as you can see, we got washed. But I haven't normal summoned yet. So summon the Raptor. Summon the Raptor. Go into the target mourner. Activate that thing. Detach. Special summon another Raptor. Turn that thing into a Shaka 9. Detach. Special summon another Raptor. Turn both of these into Utopic Future. He activates the Ecclesia. Special summon Fallen of Alvas. And this is a baby branded play because he doesn't have a card in the hand to do that with. So we swap into the Mirror Jade so we could take over the Mirror Jade. slap into the floor de lis, slap over the incredible Ecclesia. Do this for fun, giving back the Mirror J because we have to. I honestly thought that was permanent, by the way. It's not permanent. But we're going to make the Utopic F Future. And then we're going to use the Rapture to go into a Broad Bowl. Right? Activate the Broad Bowl, detach, get a swing to the hand. And then we're going to turn the Broad Bowl into the ZOODIAC Trident. Activate the ZOODIAC Trident so we could pop the Mirror J. They're going to activate Mirror J. We're going to negate with the Utopic Draco Future. We don't want our field getting wide. Why would we want that? So stop it, get some help. And then we're going to use the Trident to go into a Borbo and turn that Borbo into the one, the only Sky Arsenal, aka Double Zeus. End phase, they get the Dark Dragon back to the hand. They do get the Branding High Spirits back to the hand as well. Activating the Incredible Cartesia back to the hand as well. And Blazing, no, Albion the Branded Dragon searches for a Branded Fusion for follow-up. And it's their turn. So opponent's going to activate the Dark Dragon, special summon Blazing Cartesia back onto the field. Activating Blazing Cartesia, using all three of these monsters, Ecclesia, Cartesia, and the Fallen of Albers, into the Dragon that Devours. He activates the Dragon that Devours, sending the Phoenix back into the deck, and the Albion, the Branded Dragon, back into the deck. Battle phase, slaps into the Utopic Future, not knowing that the thing cannot be destroyed by battle. Getting back the Ecclesia Dark Dragon. So I don't know exactly why he didn't go into Branded Fusion. I think he was mainly trying to get rid of this thing because if he goes into Branded Fusion, we could negate and take over the fusion monster. I'm guessing he really thought he didn't read an attack over this, but he can't. So we join to Ash, summon the Swen, get ourselves an Ascendance, use both of these monsters here to go into the Varun, activate that, search for a Mystical Space Typhoon. Now we're going to activate the Ascendance here, special summoning Corsair, activate Corsair's effect, activate the Varun, the Marine, sending back our trap for setting our trap in the back row. Corsair is going to search for a Vision and a Mystical Space Typhoon. We're going to activate the Vision to draw 2, draw into another Ash and a Chant, send a Mystical Space Typhoon to the graveyard, activate the Chant, search for an Eldman. We're going to special summon the Eldman, activate that thing's effect, search for a Vortex here, activate the Varun, putting both of these monsters into the back row. No, we're not, because he's going to activate, and then I'm going to activate my Draco Future to negate and take over the Dark Dragon. Give me that, it belongs to me now. We still have to put him in the back though. Now I get to recycle 3 quick play spells to draw 1, which we're going to draw into a crossout, set our back row, and our turn. If you're wondering why I'm not doing more, this thing is unaffected. I can't attack over it. I don't have a way to out that thing right now. So opponent's gonna draw a card here, activate Nadir's Servant. I'm gonna Ash Blossom that. Even though I know that he has an Ash Blossom, we're gonna recycle 3 spells to draw 1 here. I mean, not an Ash Blossom. He has Branded Fusion. We're gonna draw into a Cobra the Grave, gaining a little attack boost after that thing got negated. So of course there goes the Branded Fusion that we know he had. I'm going to activate my spell to target and pop in the gate, but no, we can't because the Fallen and the Virtuous gets to activate here. Now that is the only problem with Radiant Typhoon nowadays. Everybody's playing this card and it hard counters your trap. It literally hard counters your trap. So yeah, we don't really get to negate anything. We just get to pop things for nothing. He's going to send the Serenir and the Fallen of White to the graveyard to special summon Lovelu and the Syrian Dragon. He's going to activate Lovelu and the Syrian Dragon, sending a card to the graveyard. Chain block that with Serenir. We are going to activate our Vortex here to special summon. Bring the Vortex onto the field. Serenir gets to send a Branded Sword to the graveyard. He's going to recycle 2 cards. And I think he lost to the time. Yeah, he lost to the time. So with that being said, let's go to the next and last replay of the day. All right, familia. So for everybody that be in the streams, for anybody that be in the streams or is an OG of the channel, this is my son. Bad Nova is my child. And I found him on ladder. And bro, I could tell he was nervous. This isn't too embarrassing. This is just funny. This is like a joke we have going on. So he's going to summon Lucina here, getting himself Regina to the hand. He's going to activate the Regina, get the Lucina the heck out of here, special summon that thing, activate it. We're going to Ash Blossom that thing immediately. Sad times in the kingdom. sad times in the kingdom. So we stopped that. He is gonna summon a freaking Q, summoning a rotary here, using both of these monsters to go into the track maker. He gets to activate the rotary, activate the track maker here, activating the Q to dictate the top draw of our deck, which is perfectly fine because my hand is nice. So he's gonna hit the droplet and the Fualos, banishing the droplet, putting the Fualos at the bottom of the deck. He's gonna get the JJ Cool Tune to the hand and a Cool Tune Synchro to the hand as well. Setting the JJ Cool Tune, activating the Cool Tune Synchro, getting himself a Rico. And this is perfect for us because now I get to special summon Corsair. Summon Corsair, he's gonna activate a Cool Tune Synchro in response to that. This is my fault. I should have taught him better. All right, this is me. I should have been a better father, and I should have never left to go get milk. That's my problem. As he's gonna go into the Sailing, I do special summon Corsair after stated, activating the track maker here to bounce a card back. We do activate Corsair. He's gonna activate the Sailing to get and pop Corsair. I'm gonna activate the Sheena to bounce everything back to the hand. Boop, return all of it. We don't get pop here because the card is back in the hand. So we do get negated, which is sad. And then he has to put the Sheena back into the hand. As he extra normal summons the Rico, gets a clip, gets the Rico out of here to summon a mix, activate the mix, get the Rico back to the hand. And now he's gonna use the mix and the Rico to go into the remix. Says a back row and his turn. I should have been a better father. It's my fault. As I summon the Swen here, activate the Swen, he's gonna activate the mix. That's perfectly fine. I honestly have no problem with that because he's gonna get a Rico back to the hand and special summon the mix. Use both of these immediately to go into the RS. Again, Elman is gonna search for a Mystical Space Typhoon. He's gonna activate the mix here, trying to pop. I activate the Sheena, which is GG's. There's no point in him doing anything else because Sheena bounces both of these back, and legitimately there's nothing for him to synchro summon with. But honestly speaking, I can tell he was just nervous to play against his father because this is really my son. But this is for the chat. When we stream on Friday, this is going to be hilarious. So with that being said, let's go back to the deck list. All right, familia. So that is the deck list. This is the video. Again, this is the deck list that got me to master rank. 2 days of playing, grinding. It was not easy at all, but this deck is absolute gas. Absolute gas. By the way, nobody make fun of Nova. It's literally just a joke between him and chat. If you're there, if you know Nova, you know what the heck that's about. So don't make fun of him. It wasn't to embarrass anybody. It was just for funs and giggles. But yeah, that is the deck list. Let me know if you guys know any ghoul sauce or anything that I could add, take, or make this better. And yeah, continue having a great day, morning, afternoon, wherever you're at. And I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Peace.